From weird new creepers to living tools, here are some of the craziest things that you can see in Minecraft, each crazier than the last. For example, if you kill one too many chickens, you might unleash the fury of this chicken army. Tired of the chicken lifestyle? They've evolved to conquer, building up large military bases. And sure, they might not look that tough, but they've sure got the numbers advantage! Ah! If you do manage to kill them all though, they won't ever be able to respawn, meaning now you've got a cool new place to live, if you don't mind the giant chicken head. Though, if you do find yourself struggling to best these guys, or any other mob for that matter, then you need this crucifix. Only found deep inside of ancient cities, these things are literal lifesavers, as when right-clicked, any mob will immediately be trapped in a magic circle, and then will be dragged down through the ground to, I don't know, the nether, probably. It doesn't matter if it's a pig or a warden. They are simply not coming back. Whatever you do though, never use the crucifix on these guys. Say hello to the Hoe Bros. With this mod, you can turn your bland old farming tools into these cool new farming friends. Once given life, they'll immediately get to work running around your fields, harvesting every crop they can find, and can even be interacted with to deposit the food in either the nearest chest or to you directly. Thanks, little fellas. Just watch out, because like the tool they're based on, they will eventually break. And that is a bummer. Now, in Minecraft, sweets like cookies and cake are usually a joy to have. Though, here in the new Candy Caverns biome, the sweets are actually out to eat you. And none more so than the giant gumworm. Using its incredibly long body, this monster burrows through the delicious terrain to leap and lunge at players. It certainly is a daunting foe. That is, unless you've killed enough mobs to craft these candy cane hooks. With two of them, you can actually hook the worm, allowing you to both ride and control its direction. Ho-ho! It sure as heck beats riding horses. Now, we've all played Minecraft, but have you ever played Minecraft as a transformer? It's kinda crazy. With the Craftformers Prime mod come a ton of unique Autobots, each with their own special transformations and abilities, like an incredibly speedy car or an air-slicing jet. A little overpowered? Maybe, but it's not like I feel bad for the pillagers. Haha! It's something I never knew I wanted. Unlike this creeper chicken, which I don't think anyone wants. Creepers are bad enough without the flying! Ah! Though, even then, it's just one of the 4 new creeper-type mobs that are added here. And even if the creeper pig is just a faster creeper, the creeper golem has explosive punches, while the creeper Steve constantly pokes you, exploding when killed. Yeesh. Regardless of these abominations, however, none compare to the Chad creeper, as it will utilize the TNT in its back to burn bright and wipe out entire biomes. Maybe the classic creeper isn't so bad after all, especially when you're able to just avoid them with this sick new combat style. Instead of just hitting mobs, backing up, and hitting them again, the air combo mod allows you to get much more aggressive, letting you pull off sick tricks whenever getting a critical hit on mobs. And if you can chain enough of them together, you can just stay in the air until you're ready to unleash a devastating ground pound, knocking all nearby mobs back and letting you regain your footing. Now, Minecraft is already made up of blocks, but what if we doubled down on that? No, not like that. What I meant to say is, what if our Minecraft worlds were made out of Lego? Even the mobs, even players. Well, thanks to the Brickcraft resource pack, that can be our reality. Here, everything looks like it was pulled right out of the toy box, including all our items and tools. And I gotta say, thanks to the new sounds this pack adds in, building has never been so satisfying. Ah, there, home sweet home. Ah! Finding diamonds can be really challenging, especially when you're all alone. Thankfully, we don't need to be alone anymore. Meet Borin, the rather short skeleton. Found in abandoned mine shafts, he can be fed some diamonds to tame him.
Nom 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 No.
A little weird, but worth it. As once tamed, your new pal can be instructed to help out in tons of ways. From lighting up the dark to just straight up mining to find you rare goodies. My favorite thing though happens when you toss him some golden carrots, because he'll bless you with this new spelunker effect that'll both help you mine faster and highlight the locations of ores, even through walls. It's so good that it kind of feels like cheating. Alright, so I'm sure you've heard of Lucky Blocks, but what about Lucky Rocks? Though they might look uninteresting, these pebbles are actually insanely useful. Because once crouched and clicked, they can randomly be transformed into one of 7 different power rocks, each providing a permanent buff when simply held in your inventory, which gets just so overpowered when you have all 7 at once. The problem is, they can only be obtained as rare drops from hostile mobs, so you might have to do a bit of grinding. Or you could just get your golems to do it. Though, while they're often the go-to for base defense, I'd argue these little guys should actually replace them. Sorry, buddy. Based on the Plants vs. Zombies game, this mod adds in over 30 unique defensive plants to choose from melon lobbing melons to chompers that'll eat zombies whole. There would be no shortage of ways to defend your lawn from the insurmountable zombie threat. Oh, and the spicy jalapeno is pretty good too. Eating in Minecraft is a core part of the survival experience. However, it's not very immersive. Enter the Butchery mod. Although it doesn't replace the original method, by using a butcher's knife, players can kill mobs to drop their corpse instead of the usual loot. And from there, that corpse can be drained, skinned, and cut to receive more resources than you would otherwise get from just killing the mob. Though it does admittedly feel a bit gruesome, it does mean that you'll be killing less livestock overall, which I'm sure they can get behind. Though, what happens when you die? Normally, nothing special. But with this mod, anytime you die, your skeletal remains will go on display for all the world to see. And you can even tell how a player died based on the skeletons you find. Whether an arrow to the head, burned alive in lava, or someone just having a nasty fall, which I think is a neat touch. Plus, they act as chests of sorts, allowing you to easily retrieve your items without the fear of them despawning. Now, here's a question for you. What do farmer villagers and us have in common? Well, we can both use these new tractors. Haha, look, Ma! No hands! Oh! Anyway, after customizing one on this table, tractors can be equipped with any number of attachments to help with different jobs, like a backhoe to till the soil, or a harvester to more easily collect crops. Though, for stuff other than farming, they're also great at helping you pave roads, or can be used to store extra goodies inside of, which is always welcome. And now, arrows in Minecraft are meant to be shot at mobs and not ourselves. But that doesn't apply to this one. See, found as a rare drop through archaeology, you actually want to stab yourself with these special arrows. As once done, ow! You'll gain the power to summon a special ally called a Stand, a powerful specter that can be controlled to defeat the ever-loving tar out of anything, which is cool enough on its own. And then you realize it can also control time, allowing you to freeze the world in place so you can wail on mobs and then send them flying into the stratosphere when time starts flowing again. You'll never need a sword again. Plus, mobs can even be given stands too. Here you go, little piggy. Now you can defend yourself.
Oh, finally! Some food! Ah, no!
Right now, if you played Minecraft, it's possible to obtain golden apples, golden carrots, and blistering melons. I feel like that counts. But what if you could also craft this golden feather? Now, I know you're probably thinking, but I can't eat a feather, right? Wrong! And once eaten, it would provide you with the feather falling, absorption, and haste effects to provide a get-out-of-jail-free card for any otherwise nasty fall, and helping you find those rare diamonds faster, which is worth the price if you ask me, as long as you can find enough chickens. Though, keep an eye out, because if another mob catches you hunting, they might just get angry. Uh-oh. Then you'd need to prepare for the revolt of the mobs. With this mod, all of Minecraft's livestock have taken on a rather violent nature, equipping themselves with military weapons or just hitting the gym to get really buff. if you ever spot any of these mobs, run. Even with armor, their weapons will tear through you. Though, if you ever run in with one of their tanks or mechs, then there's nothing you can do. Ah! If you ever see one of these floating throughout your worlds, drop everything and chase it immediately. Because though they can be hard to hit, shooting these down is your best chance at loot that you can't get anywhere else. Even blocks you can't mine, like bedrock or end portal frames. Though you could also find new items, like this balloon block that allows you to jump incredible distances. Whoa! Very handy for scaling mountains. Oh, and you can also ride on the balloons if you wanted, but you'd probably be better off just riding on one of these magical brooms from the Hogcraft mod. Minecraft could always use a little more magic. I mean, enchantments are great and all, but just look at these 6 spells. Limgardian Leviosa! Oh! Included are not only wands, but tons of unique mobs, and a complete wizarding wardrobe. But which house am I in?
Ravenclaw!
Oh, I wanted Gryffindor. Regardless, from helpful house elves to magical merchants that are eager to trade new items, there's enough whimsy here for everyone.
Yeah, that's like so cool, Boggs! Now let me down!
Okay. Zap. Now, if you've ever played hardcore, you know just how dangerous Minecraft can be. Though it can get even harder. Ergo, this mod that makes it so that anytime you take damage, random mobs will spawn, which can be anything from a harmless turtle to the very Ender Dragon herself. Heck, it even works with any mods you might have installed, so you truly never know what you'll get, which makes hardcore nearly impossible. At least, I don't think I'd last very long. Now, this is a Hoglin, and this is a mutant Hoglin. And it's just one of many new terrifying mutated mobs that we can summon into our games. But why would you ever want to? Well, because by finding rare laboratory structures and brewing up some of this special chemical to toss on a monster, you have not only a great way to test your skill, but once defeated, they also have a chance to drop a large assortment of gear that you can't get anywhere else. And these things are powerful. Like if you kill a mutant jungle zombie, you can get this toxic blowing gun. Or if you kill a mutant blaze, these rotating shields are your prize. Plus, you don't have to fight these guys alone. Meet the Palicos. These friendly felines can be found and recruited to help you in your adventures, and can even be equipped with weapons, as well as just the most adorable little outfits. Once geared up, they'll help out by distracting monsters so you can get a couple extra hits in. Or they can just jump in and start wailing on the monster themselves. Haha, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, and they can gather materials for you. Hey, thanks, buddy. Wait, what is that? Did you build a tiny snowman? Oh, that's so cute. Well, I don't think I'm alone in saying Minecraft's snowy biomes are just plain boring. Well, Ice Spikes is okay, but that's the only one. So thank goodness for the Winterly mod. It adds in a ton of new and unique winter-themed blocks and items to help us all get into more festive spirits. For example, we've got Christmas trees, these snowy bricks, which are perfect for igloos, and presents galore. Though I do also love the new cozy attire it adds too, because really, when it's this cold out, we should all be bundled up. Ain't that right, Greg?
It's too dang cold!
Now, turtles in Minecraft have always fascinated me. I mean, they literally just lay their eggs and leave the babies to figure things out. But no longer, for I am about to create the ultimate life form! This buff turtle. Haha, now those babies will be able to stay plenty protected. In fact, it's so powerful, I kinda want one of my own. It'd be especially handy when traveling through this new underwater dimension, because I've had enough of the Nether and End. Exploring new environments is just so exciting, and this place is no different. Found by swimming deep into the overworld's oceans, some of these biomes are truly beautiful. But don't be deceived, as dangerous wildlife lurks around every corner. None more so than the giant Leviathan. If it senses you, swim as quickly as you can to the nearest abandoned structure, because there you might just uncover the Neptune suit, which will protect you both from the water and the monsters. Now, we've already discovered just how crazy the new Candy Caverns biome can get, but looking closer, we can actually find a more welcoming mob in the gummy bears. Often found hungrily swiping up gummy fish to devour, their hunger is actually their superpower, as if fed any potion, these mobs will begin to enter hibernation, falling asleep for several days. And if kept an eye on, when they wake up, you can follow as they start to scratch up against the licorice to drop these new jelly bean items. Ho-ho! And these are amazing, as each jelly bean essentially acts as a potion of its own, allowing you to basically duplicate any potion, which to me is a win for us as much as it is for the bears. If jelly beans don't satisfy your hunger though, all these new foods from Display Delight certainly will. Much like cake, food items can be displayed on these plates to be eaten whenever, which is extremely convenient, and also works with modded foods like those from Farmer's Delight. And though it may seem like a small addition, when added up, I think it really does make for a fantastic way to add detail to any dining room. Now, I've always thought it was weird that Illagers and Minecraft's monsters seem to get along just fine, especially since in Minecraft Legends, the Illagers were revealed to have once been villagers themselves. Well, with Crimson Steve's Mobs mod, the Illagers aren't safe anymore, as zombies will now target both them and their Ravagers to convert them into the undead, which would be bad enough on its own. But this mod also makes it so that animals like cows and pigs can also be zombified, making surviving the nighttime a whole lot more of a challenge. Never thought I'd find myself running from cows, but here we are. Now, in version 1.21, Minecraft finally made it easier to get tipped arrows, though the options here are limited. So to give us more variety in our ranged arsenal, we should turn to the Extra Arrows mod. With it come a whopping 94 new arrows to craft, including arrows that'll track and hone in on your target, and a vexing arrow that can be shot through the walls, which just feels like cheating. Some arrows aren't made for combat though, like this one that'll automatically tame nearby mobs. Well, as long as they're tameable. So don't try it on this new ghost mob. It won't work out for you. A spooky new addition to the zombies and skeletons we already have, these ghosts will rise up from their new graveyard structures, encircling their prey and screaming to make you hallucinate, all before coming in to attack. Thankfully though, they're not too fond of villagers either, so at the very least, they might get distracted.
Ah! A ghost! Everyone inside! Ooh, thank goodness for walls, am I right?
Oh, and these guys can phase through blocks.
What the? Oh no!
There isn't really anywhere you can hide. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't often find myself using the spyglass. Though, if we were able to do more with them, like spot faraway planets or draw our own constellations like so, then I might change my tune. It's a small change for sure, but a great way to both relax and pretty up your night skies, which is definitely something that I can get behind. Dungeons in Minecraft are well known for their mob grinding potential. I mean, we've all tried it at least once, right? But what if instead of going to the spawner came to you? Well, this new mob called the Spawner Head does exactly that. This guy has way more health than the standard zombies, and of course, spawns hostile mobs like crazy. And the similarities to actual dungeon structures don't end there, as if it's killed, they drop tons of the same loot that you'd otherwise find inside the dungeon's chests, which is great because then you don't have to risk going underground and meeting the undead miner. While it might just look like a zombie with a pickaxe, that's actually what makes him so dangerous, since depending on the tier of loot, they'll hit harder and faster. Ow! Thankfully, the increased challenge also comes with increased reward, and they have a solid chance to drop their associated gear and ores. Really helps when you're scraping materials together for a full set of diamond armor. Unless you're building one out of redstone or just trapping some poor snow golem in place, you can't get turrets in Minecraft. And without them, defending your base can be a real pain. Enter Worley's Turrets. Ranging in size from the mobile mini turret to this giant machine gun, there are tons of options for keeping the baddies at bay. Which, while they may seem like overkill, I think something more vanilla-friendly like the Plank Golem from Minecraft Legends would be a more than welcome addition. When a creeper explodes, it looks like this. And when a TNT explodes, it also looks like this. Time for a redesign! With the addition of the Explosive Enhancement mod, the boring old explosion has been transformed into these spectacular spectacles. Even changing to this bubbly blue explosion when ignited under the water, which just makes them feel a whole lot more satisfying. Have you ever heard of something so sad that it makes you want to cry on sight? Well, meet the Squonk. This thing is, well, it's ugly. Like, really ugly. Ugly enough that just looking at it is enough to make any player break down, practically blinding them with tears. And compared to other night-crawling mobs, the Squonk is too busy sobbing to even try attacking you. Though, to make matters worse, it doesn't even drop anything when it dies. No cool items, no rare resources, just a gross memory of the time you spent crying alongside this miserable swamp creature. Man, I think even a wandering trader would be more useful. But now, move over, saddled pigs, because there's a new way to travel. These dinosaurs! In dry biomes, both herbivores and carnivores roam free, like the Triceratops, for example. It's a leaf eater, sure, but that doesn't mean that it's friendly. Wander too close, and it'll roar a warning before charging at you. Ah! Thankfully, they love food, and with enough patience, you can actually tame any dinosaur, even a Ceratosaurus. Then, once tamed, you can strap on a saddle and armor these beasts for epic rides that'll bite foes, scare off creepers, and even smash through walls on command. Even the villagers are getting in on the action.
Ah, look, Ma! No hands! Ah!
If you've ever visited the Nether, then you know just how scary it can get. Ah! So it's only fitting that this mob now inhabits the dimension inside of its new forge structure. Once you step inside, there's no backing out. As this monstrosity awakens, it'll fling lava-spawning projectiles and slam the ground with such force that you'll be tossed sky high. Ah! Oh, feather falling boots help a lot. Though more important is full netherite gear. Yeah! Cause if you beat it, you'll score some sweet loot, like the Infernal Forge, a powerful earth-shaking hammer that also doubles as a pickaxe, fast enough to break even obsidian in seconds, which would have been great before I built my nether portal, but oh well. Right now, if you were to find a meadow biome, you'd probably be left unimpressed. I mean, this is literally just a plains biome. But add in some new vegetation, a few cozy buildings, then bam! Different story. Oh, and if you get hungry, this overhauled version of the biome allows you to craft delicious cheeses, sourced from all new variations of classic animals, like woolly cows and buffalo. This mod truly turns the meadow into a biome worth exploring. You never know what you'll find, like that video. Hey, why not give it a click to see more awesome Minecraft things?